What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What is going on, everybody? This your man Dre Mac coming to you again with another episode of the Dre Mac Show. 7:30 in the morning Central Time, 8:30 on the East Coast. And if you're on the West Coast, get up. You already know the early bird gets the worm. And today I'm going to be reacting to a video from Urban Voices. And I gotta tag Urban Voices in this reaction. And it says Wesley Snipes calls out Marvel's racist bias towards black men. So that is what who tagged me in I forgot, somebody tagged me in X, and this is how I got a hold of. I have not seen the video. You know what I'm saying? I have not seen the video at all. So this is a natural reaction to this. I don't know what's going on. All I know is this is what's this is what's being said, and I want to kind of get into it. So give me just a second. And this is something that I talked about yesterday. Good God, I can't spell right now. So I'm going to want to get into it. Give me just a second. Let me make sure that I copy this. So I'm what I'm doing right now. Sorry about the tardiness or what I'm actually doing. I'm actually, you know what I mean, putting this in the description of this video, tagging Urban Voices Official in this, and making sure that I put the video link so you can just watch it yourself. So I do apologize for the slight inconvenience, but we're gonna go ahead and get into this video, and we're gonna see what they're saying. Do I agree? Do I disagree? Again, I'm not gonna go with them. I'm only critiquing the take, but this is something that I've also have said also. So we're going to get into it. Hope you guys are happy. Hope you guys are healthy. Shout out to my man Heavy Gan over at the Heavy Gan channel. But you already know how I do. The real question is, all right. Let's get into who is all. Let me get that back on screen. Let's go into who is all in the house. Torn Rainbow Loaded. What's up? Good morning. Roberta, the church auntie, is up in here. What's up? Good morning. My man Greater Admin is up in here. Good morning. Junior Network is up in here. Good morning. D Stizzle is up in here. What's up? Good morning, Skeletons. Good morning. Yeah, what's up? Yes, Disney has it's long been talked about. Good morning, Presetta. Good morning. You know what I mean? But yeah, absolutely. It did. What up, Blue? And of course, it's a yes. So without further ado, let's get into the video. I don't want to hold you guys up. I do want to give you this, and go whenever you get a chance. Today is the 7th. Danielle Atherton, you know who she is. She was the one who initially went to Jonathan Major's court dates. She has new information now, and I posted it on my community page, that Jonathan Majors now has a new defense attorney. So we're probably looking at that appeal sooner than later. You know what I mean? So we have a new attorney for his civil trial and looks like for the appeal. So Hey, look, the more things that's happening for this brother, the better. If he gets an appeal, what is people gonna say then? That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. What's up, R. Smith L? Good morning, good morning, good morning. So let's get it. Let's get into the video. You know what I mean? Without further ado, let's do this. This is Wesley Snipes calls out Marvel. Now, personally, I have not seen this at all. So I'm looking at this with fresh eyes. You know what I mean? Just like you guys. So let me see if I can. No, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. I don't like that. Let's keep it over here. Uh exactly. And Ryan Reynolds did say that. Ryan Reynolds did say that. But I want to let you know that what I've noticed is that relationships are big in Hollywood. And especially what I mean by that is that, people gonna put people on. I can't be mad when white people put other white people on. I cannot be mad at that because I do the same thing for my people. But my question was, number one, who was doing that for Jonathan, putting him on? And number two, what is the clique in Hollywood when it comes to black actors? Or is it just like how we see in society that it's damn near cutthroat? If you ain't part of the clique, then you can't be a part of this. If you know what I mean, you might have all the talent in the world, and people in Hollywood might be jealous of you because of that talent that is black. You know what I mean? We've seen this happen with Kevin Hart and other people, you know what I mean? But that's one of the biggest things that I have seen is that when it comes to blacks in Hollywood, there's a clique that goes on. You know what I mean? And people will put people on if they want to, but if they don't like you, they let it be known that they don't like you. So let's get into this. Let's get into this video. This is a 25-minute video, so I don't want to hold you guys. Let's go.
You've had a tough few past years. Is this like your redemption period?
Everybody's had a tough few
especially me. I had.
Not because I didn't like white women. I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared. You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit down in 2 weekends.
Fans of the Marvel Cinematic Universe were in for a huge surprise during San Diego Comic-Con over the weekend, when it was announced that Robert Downey Jr. will be...
It's funny, they use comedy hype. And I'm getting excited now because I kind of want to see what they want to say. Let's go.
Making his return to Marvel.
Felt like it was time. A lot has happened in my personal life, in my career, in the culture, and conversely, the impact of this.
Legendary actor Wesley Snipes said it before, and he is saying it now. Marvel loves playing the racist card when it comes to black meat. Lost? So here's the thing. Following confirmation that he has been replaced in the upcoming Avengers sequel, some supporters of actor Jonathan Majors believe Marvel is playing on a racial double standard. Fans of...
Yes, they are. And shout out to E-Man for coming and seeing this too, because he made a video, and I'm going to shout out the video because it got traction about the double standard that's going on. Not only that, comedian Godfrey and a lot of other people that came out. So they're absolutely correct. There is a double standard when it comes to blacks in Hollywood versus whites in Hollywood. Let's keep going.
Of the embattled movie star, including Wesley Snipes, recently called out Marvel execs, arguing it's not fair that Jonathan Majors will be replaced by Robert Downey Jr. in the continued Avengers series, despite his own criminal history.
Wesley did? Wesley came out and said it? Boy.
Talk about a Marvel shocker heard across the multiverse.
New mask, same task.
Reportedly, Marvel made the big reveal at Comic-Con this past Saturday, July 27th. Robert Downey Jr., 59, who launched the Marvel Cinematic Universe's success with the first movie from the Avengers franchise, 2008's Iron Man, joined the studio's president, Kevin Feige, in San Diego, where they revealed he will be returning to the MCU as
Hi, Samantha
Oh,
Fish here. I'm a blues.
Oh, jeez. They be coming when I be doing these reaction videos.
Doom, who's commonly known for Marvel's Fantastic Four saga. Dr. Doom will carry the next story arc for the billion-dollar Avengers franchise, with Robert Downey Jr. being the forthcoming bad guy the super team must defeat. If you recall, Jonathan Majors was originally set to helm the next set of Avengers movies, playing the role of the villain, Kang, before he was fired following his domestic violence conviction. As you may know, the actor was found guilty of reckless assault and harassment following a physical dispute involving his then girlfriend, Grace Jabari, during an argument back in March of last year. While some were elated to learn that Downey will be signing on for more Marvel films, others couldn't help but blast the double standard they feel is at play. One user, referencing Downey's past criminal convictions, which consist of numerous arrests from 1996-2001 on drug and possession charges, wrote, Robert Downey Jr. has an arrest record comparable to most career criminals, so him being the replacement for Jonathan Majors only emphasizes the scrutiny placed on Black people to be perfect.
Hey, what did I say in my, if you go back and watch my short, that's exactly what I said. It's like, when you're Black, you almost got to be perfect. You can't do nothing. You literally can't. You basically got to kiss ass and all of that when you're a Black man in Hollywood. And we have seen this, time and time again. Like I said, the perfect example is Nate Parker. And the reason why I'm putting up Nate Parker, bringing up Nate Parker is for the simple fact is that he beat his case and they blackballed him out of Hollywood for something that happened in college. You know what I mean? And they literally was pushing this man out of Hollywood. And it's so funny because he did Birth of a Nation, which at the time, this seems so common. Before the controversy, Birth of a Nation was getting Oscar buzz and all of this. And then somebody was like, hey, do you know what happened in college with him? And then he literally got acquitted. What happened to this man's career? You talking about a talented actor, director, not producer, and this is what they did to his career? And you also look at Jonathan Majors. That girl hurt her finger. I don't want to hear domestic violence. She doesn't even know. I'm sorry. You can sue me, Grace. I don't care. But I don't want to hear, a domestic violence victim. There's real domestic violence victims down at those women's shelters. Is Grace Jabari going to go down there and talk to those women in those battered women's shelters? No, she's not, because she's not a victim. You don't hurt your finger and claim that you're a domestic violence survivor. And I don't want to hear, oh, Jonathan was talking to her wrong and you know what I mean? There was manipulation and all that, because we could do the same thing with her. But who had the scars, the physical wounds on their body of somebody attacking them? Jonathan. So the real victim was him. Let me keep going.
In a subsequent tweet, the fan added, this tweet was made specifically for all the judgmental hypocrites that keep expressly celebrating Majors being let go for his misdemeanor infractions replaced with an actor with a rap sheet like RDJ. We love RDJ, but I also can see and reason. Though some seem to agree with the stance, others argue that Downey and Major's situation shouldn't be compared because one was convicted of drug charges while the other was convicted of violent charges. Additionally, some highlighted that, like Majors, Downey also went through a period where he was essentially blackballed from the industry due to his conviction, suggesting that he's already done time for his crimes, as Majors is doing now.
Now, remember when I pointed out yesterday that the whole notion that he was quote unquote blackballed out of Hollywood, go and look at his IMDb filmography and you tell me, where was he blackballed? Remember, I read it all from 99, from when he, when he, went to prison. He still has some, still had things coming out. Then he gets out and goes straight to Ally McBeal. You know what I mean? And then the list goes on. And people act like when he turned, when he played Iron Man, that Oh, he was in Marvel. Like Marvel was like what Marvel is now. Marvel just started. And Marvel, that Marvel movie was no different than Blade, Spider-Man, the X-Men that came before them. They did not know it was going to be a successful franchise. You know what I mean? So let's keep going.
In the wake of the announcement that Avengers: The Kang Dynasty was being nuked in favor of a Robert Downey Jr.-led Avengers Doomsday, with Dr. Doom as the main villain instead, what is not clear is what exactly is going to happen with the Kang storyline Marvel has been building since Endgame ended. The answer, at least so far, is nothing. There were two things working against this. The first was that it just wasn't very good and fans weren't biting. Kang was the star villain of Ant-Man and the Wasp. Quantumania, which is the worst reviewed MCU movie ever. Even if Majors was good at it, they had his Conqueror variant killed by giant ants. Not the greatest introduction. The other issue, of course, seems to be the nail. Majors was arrested and then convicted on domestic violence charges. After that conviction, Disney immediately fired him, throwing the franchise into more disarray. But the question then turned to whether Kang would be recast or replaced. Many insider rumors pointed to him being recast, but the answer appears to be replaced instead.
Yeah,
replaced with Dr. Doom. Many fans believe Doom was always planned for this era, as Secret Wars is still happening, and it's kind of hard to have that storyline without him. The same goes for the Fantastic Four, but clearly Kang was not just supposed to evaporate like this. But
exactly, it was, and they keep calling it domestic violence charges because, like I said, a lot of people is going off of the articles from mainstream media. If Variety said it, then it's true. You know what I mean? But she is saying Kong is Kang, but but like I said, a lot, and I'm not blaming them. You know what I mean? Because if you just seen YouTubers coming out and they just talking about it, and you don't know how close they are to the situation, if they have somebody close to the situation, like we literally, and I say us because me, Chill, Pam, Blue, Tina, Cat, Dr. Hines. I'm missing somebody. You feel like I'm missing somebody. But we had Danny. Danny's a part of that, but we had Daniel Atherton, who was at the trial. You know what I'm saying? Was at the trial and gave us all the information back. So we was able to conduct that information back to our audience. So that's why we're so close to the situation. You know what I mean? So a lot of them may not believe we're that close to the situation. You know what I mean? And just take it with, hey, they might have said something, but look, we got Variety, so I'm going to just go off of Variety. And again, reckless assault in a city citation of harassment, which is not a crime. But like I said, if you're just going off of Variety, Rolling Stone, you know what I'm saying, Deadline, all the New York Post, what do you think they're going to say? So, all right, let's keep going.
But why was Marvel so quick to dismiss Majors while keeping people like RDJ around? Was his case so different? Some may ask. On April 8th this year, Jonathan Majors was sentenced to a year-long domestic violence program after being convicted of assaulting and harassing his ex-girlfriend Grace Jabari. Majors will face jail time only if he fails to complete the 52 weeks of in-person mandated counseling. A jury found the actor guilty of misdemeanor assault and harassment in December 2023.
We have a verdict in the case of Hollywood star Jonathan Majors. A jury has found him guilty of some charges in this New York criminal case, which stems, of course, from a domestic incident with his former girlfriend.
I want you to check that. I'm going to run it back. Listen how the mainstream media, now I know that it was a reckless assault. You guys know because I've told you about this. But again, watch how the mainstream media, they're not going to tell you that he was, that he was found not guilty of intentional assault, first and second degree assault. That the third degree assault is just a reckless assault, which means he did not intentionally hurt that girl's finger. Remember, this is a finger, a fucking finger. Not that he abused her, not that he punched her all in the face. a finger. And that the city citation is not even a crime. They will omit that just to give you the story. Because again, those type of stories give you clicks. There's all that, and then it pushes a narrative of the big scary black man. Even though she was chasing him, and they're not going to tell you that that girl was arrested, you know what I mean, in June for assault and harassment also. They're not going to tell you that. But let me run it back. Watch how CNN does this. This is literally what journalism is right now. Just watch what they do.
Misdemeanor assault and harassment in December 2023.
We have a verdict in the case of Hollywood star Jonathan Majors. A jury has found him guilty of some charges in this New York criminal case, which stems, of course, from a domestic incident with his former girlfriend.
The actor met Jabari, a movement coach, on the set of Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania. According to the criminal complaint, Majors hit Jabari's face, twisted her arm, and fractured her finger during a fight in a chauffeured car in the wee hours of March the 25th, 2023. The prosecution had alleged Majors engaged in cruel and manipulative patterns of psychological and physical abuse toward Jabari even before the March incident, when she discovered Majors had been cheating on her. The actor's defense had accused Jabari of assaulting the actor out of jealousy and then lying about what happened to authorities. The jury deliberated for roughly 8 hours before reaching its verdict, which had immediate effects on Majors' career with the loss of his place in the Marvel universe. In the mixed verdict, the jury also acquitted Majors of 2 charges, one of which involved with intent. While the Manhattan District Attorney's Office celebrated the outcome and Majors' defense lawyer suggested he would appeal, the actor went on Good Morning America in January to claim that he has never hit a woman. In March, Jabari filed a federal lawsuit accusing Majors of assault, defamation, and
and you know what's and again, you know what's funny is that she said on the stand herself that he has never touched me before before March of 2023, March 25th, 2023, and that she hit him first. But again, that gets omitted out of these conversations.
Filing a false police report against her. She alleges that Majors engaged in a pattern of pervasive domestic abuse throughout their 2-year relationship, and that he defamed her on several occasions, including during his GMA interview. He is not sorry. He has not accepted responsibility, and he will do this again, she said in a victim impact statement.
Transform your newsletter into its very...
Jeez. Hold on.
At the hearing, Majors' lawyer told the judge the actor is committed to growing and bettering himself as a person and accepts this painful opportunity to emerge stronger and healthier with a deeper understanding of self. Nearly 2 months after the trial, the New York Times published an investigation in which 2 ex-girlfriends, Emma Duncan and Maura Hopper, came forward to accuse the actor of physical and emotional abuse. According to the Times, Duncan and Hopper told prosecutors about their experiences with Majors before the trial. Duncan alleges in her statement that in various incidents, the actor choked her, threw her across the room, and slammed her body into their mailbox, accusations that Majors denied through his...
Again, if somebody does all of that, I gotta be honest with you. If you try to toss me in a mailbox, I'm calling the police. If you're strong enough to try to toss me in a mailbox, I'm calling the police. Why wasn't there no police records, no anything? So it was basically he said, she said.
His lawyer. Hopper claims in her statement that she had an abortion during her relationship with Majors and that the actor would not pick her up after the procedure. The couple broke up, and when Hopper began dating someone else they both knew, she alleges that Majors called her a whore and said, "I'm going to rip you out of my heart the way they ripped our baby out of you." Duncan's and Hopper's statements echoed a Rolling Stone report from June 2023 that alleged Majors was physically and emotionally abusive to some former romantic partners. The magazine cited more than a dozen sources who claimed that the Creed 3 actor strangled one ex-girlfriend and emotionally abused her and another ex, though it did not include firsthand accounts from the women themselves.
Exactly. It did not include first-hand accounts from the women itself. None of them people came and put their name on the bullet, as my man Blue would say.
An attorney for Majors denied the allegations in the report, and Majors' defense team also provided Rolling Stone with 6 character witness statements from women who dated or knew the actor well. When the magazine reached out to these women, however, 3 said they never signed off on the statements, and a 4th said the words attributed to her were pre-written, not truthful, and that she had never approved of its release. The Rolling Stone report also detailed aggressive behavior on Majors' part during his time at Yale Drama School and on various sets. No one is surprised that this is coming out, one person told Rolling Stone. It always felt like it was a matter of time because his behavior never changed. He's kind of a bad dude, and now it's just catching up with him. Majors rode a rocket ship to fame after his starring role in the 2019 indie film The Last Black Man in San Francisco. Kang the Conqueror, his villainous character from Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania, was set to become a fixture of the Marvel franchise and the star of a new Avengers movie in 2025, but the studio dropped him after the guilty verdict was announced. The actor received critical acclaim for his performance in Magazine Dreams, which premiered at Sundance earlier this year and was set to appear on big screens in December. Walt Disney and Searchlight now have indefinitely pushed back the release date. Majors has also been nixed.
But that movie is coming out. I'm going to let y'all know now, Magazine Dreams is coming out soon. I don't know a date, but it is coming out soon.
From an adaptation of the Walter Mosley novel, The Man in My Basement, and is no longer in the running for an Otis Redding biopic. The actor was also dropped by his talent agency, Entertainment 360, and by his PR firm, although he is still represented by the talent agency WME. In June, Majors seemed to be preparing to launch his comeback. He was cast in Martin Villeneuve's Merciless and received an award for perseverance from the Hollywood Unlocked Impact Awards. His current girlfriend, Megan Good, attended the award ceremony with him, and he returned the favor weeks later, joining her on the press run for her new movie, Divorce in the Black.
No, hold up. I'm not joking. I'm not joking at all. That movie is coming out. It is coming out soon. There was a report that came out from some website that said that the film got bought by Lionsgate. But I don't know that confirmation. I know personally that movie is coming out. You know what I mean? It is, and I don't know a date, but I was told that it's coming out soon. So, and I'm not joking. I'm dead serious. I was told this personally.
Friends advise you, like, he's in the middle of legal troubles. Why don't you wait a beat? Why don't you wait to see how everything kind of shakes out?
Yeah,
Pam, did I forget about you, Pam, when I shouted everybody out? Did I say Pam? Because Pam is up in the house. You know what I mean? Don't forget about Pam.
But at the end of the day, one thing I know is I can always look myself in the mirror when I trust my spirit.
Appearing on the Today Show, Good said, "Every friend advised me against dating Majors amid his legal woes, but she didn't listen to them." The actress said she wouldn't comment on how her relationship with Majors began, but said she has peace and happiness in her heart because of it. The support we've been able to give to each other, the pouring into each other, the honest conversations, the love, the respect, just the care and the thoughtfulness. It's been really wonderful, she said. On January 8th, Major spoke out in an interview with ABC's Lindsay Davis, telling the anchor that he has never hit a woman. He denied having assaulted Jabari and said the only mistake he made was infidelity. "I was reckless with her heart, not her body," he said of Jabari.
You know, I haven't seen my daughter in a long time, you know, and a lot of it has to do with this situation. It all has to do with this situation.
In terms of the March 2023 incident, Majors rehashed his defense lawyer's talking points that he had been assaulted by Jabari, who he said came on top of me, squeezed my face, slapped me, and that his arrest was racially motivated.
And all of that was true. We have proven that all of what he said in that statement was true, from the way that the New York Police Department handled the situation. Because remember, Priya had the audio of the cops that did not know who Jonathan Majors was. It was Kang the Conqueror, the Conqueror and Kang. They did not know who he was. You know what I mean? And they thought it was her. They thought it was a young lady's, Grace's residence. Until they found out this is my stuff. And remember, we got the officer on there doing all of this. You know what I mean? Like, did he choke you? Did he do this? We have the video of that. You know what I mean? So we have confirmation. We know what has been done. And if you've never seen that, I can play it for you later, but we know that. And we have pictures of him with a scratched up arm, scratches on his face where blood was on his pillow, and he went to a hotel that night. So who scratched him?
You saw a black man chasing a young white girl down the street, screaming and crying. That man is going to be shot and K in the streets of New York City, he told Davis. Majors also praised Good for being a partner to him, like Coretta Scott King was to Martin Luther King Jr., and said he expects to work in Hollywood again. But why do people compare Robert Downey Jr. and Jonathan Majors? Specifically, how was RDJ's past?
I was going to buy some gym shorts that cost me $60.
Sorry, y'all.
An aspect of it that's clearly has to do with one's own morality, because it's too easy to jump on that wagon of it's a disease and my brain's been hijacked and I no longer have a choice in the matter. I think there's that element for sure.
One of the highest paid actors in Hollywood, Robert Downey Jr., is as well known for being a talented, successful actor as he is for his struggle with addiction. He spent decades in and out of rehab, sobering up, slipping up, and getting arrested. It was a downward spiral that ended with him serving time in state prison. It took him losing everything, his money, career, and family, to finally face his addiction head on and find his way to recovery. The Iron Man star didn't just play a superhero on the big screen. His triumph over addiction is a heroic tale of overcoming the odds and unlearning years of bad habits. Robert Downey was born in New York City in 1965 to underground filmmaker Robert Downey Sr.
The thing is that my question has always been this: why can white guys? I'm just saying it what it is. Why can white guys get the redemption story, but black men get shoved to the side? See, we have to overcome. The only way that we're accepted, if we're overcoming odds, is that we were born to a crackhead mother. You know what I'm saying? Born in poverty. You know what I'm saying? No daddy. Your daddy and your mommy and mother's on drugs, and then you rise out of that, and somehow, you know what I'm saying, they'll praise you for that, right? But white guys can go through drugs and all of this stuff, and they make a documentary out of this stuff. And we're talking about at the height of their power. You know what I mean? Another actor, besides Ezra Miller, I talked about. Jesus! Now his name is off the tip of my tongue. That played in Transformers. Shia LaBeouf. Shia LaBeouf literally got into it with his wife on camera and threatened to delete her off the timeline. Nothing happened to his career. Got into it with his black girlfriend and actually physically assaulted that woman. On it, going through in and out of court right now. Nothing happened to his career. Somebody put Army Hammer. I talked about Army Hammer in my short. Or I know on the video I did. Nothing. What I'm saying is that why is it that a black man falls and we want to just cast him to the side? You know what I mean? Like we legitimately cast this guy and put him over in the corner. He doesn't need to work anymore. You know what I'm saying? He needs to just stay away. What I heard today. He needs to stay away. If it wasn't for the white women, he wouldn't be in this because he was out here chasing snow bunnies. You know what I mean? He don't deserve them because he was out here chasing snow bunnies. Somebody wrote that in my comments. I said, wow. The man, you never heard about his relationship until Grace Jabari. You see this man running away from, so the snow bunny was chasing him, if you want to keep it real. But you don't hear nothing about this guy until this incident happens, and you want him to lose his whole career because he was dating a white woman. That's the problem some of us in the black community have. Like, that doesn't make sense. You sound no different than the racist white guys that say the same thing. If he wasn't messing with our kind, then he deserved everything he get. Because that's what it sounds like. I get it. I understand. But matter of fact, Dana White was on film. I know his wife was drunk, but did he have any right to be putting his hands on this woman, on his wife, slapping her all in the face? Did he lose UFC? Did anybody call for his downfall, or did they call for him to get some help? Why can't Giant the Majors and other black men get that same grace to say, hey, let's get this guy some help? If you think it's that bad, get him some help, right? But let me show you the caveat. We allow black men in this realm, in film, in music, in entertainment, to beat and molest other black women, and we don't say shit. Y'all ain't ready for that conversation. We allow other black men in entertainment and others to do what they do to black women, and we don't say shit. We sat up here, instead of canceling out R. Kelly since 2000 or 2001, whatever, we allow because his music is so good. And then when he gets convicted, free R. Kelly. This is not like with Michael Jackson, when the FBI was literally, surveillancing him for years to try to build a case and lost. Totally different subject. We allow people to go to we was having so much fun with Diddy. We see Diddy do what he did with Cassie. And some people in our own community was saying, well, Cassie knew where she was going. She knew what she was in when she was messing with him. But when Bill Cosby was putting, Quaaludes, which was something that was happening in the 70s, in white women's drink, it was all a joke. We're so messed up that we don't want to confront those type of situations. We don't want to confront those type of conversations. But then Giant the Majors messes with one white woman, gets chased by one white woman, and take away his whole entire career. That's all I'm saying.
And actress Elsie Downey. At an early age, his father, who also struggled with substance abuse, introduced him to drugs, allowing him to try marijuana at a party when he was only 8 years old. In an interview with People magazine, Downey Jr. explained how doing drugs with his father became their way of bonding, and that this early exposure to drugs led him to spend most nights throughout his 20s and 30s getting drunk and scouting dealers. In the early 1980s, RDJ left New York City for Hollywood to pursue an acting career, where his role in the film Weird Science earned him a spot in the Brat Pack, a group of young actors who starred in many of the decade's most iconic coming-of-age films.
Remember when I said that Hollywood has a clique? If he was a part of, again, that's the first time I seen Robert Downey Jr. was Weird Science. I was, 7 or 8 years old, at the time when Weird Science came out. And I remember a clique of young white actors who are always in everything. You know what I mean? Was in everything. And just like Corey Helms and Corey Feldman, they were in everything. You know what I mean? And that was kind of the thing. So if you think that they were doing that in the 80s, what do you think they're doing now?
In 1985, he joined the cast on Saturday Night Live for a year before landing his first leading role in The Pickup Artist. In 1987, Downey Jr. gave a stellar performance as a wealthy, troubled youth in the film Less Than Zero, followed by an unexpected triumph as Charlie Chaplin in Richard Attenborough's biopic Chaplin in 1992, earning him an Oscar nomination. He continued starring in films even as his struggle with alcohol and drug use began to take hold of his life off the set. He was able to stay sober while working on a film for a period of time, but would soon fall off the wagon and begin using again, going on days-long benders. By 1995, he was smoking heroin and freebasing, leading to...
The man was a whole crackhead. I'ma say, because she ain't gonna say, man was a whole crackhead out here. Heroin addict. And now, that's more of a danger to himself. But you can't be a danger to others when you're just high as hell all the time. But it was a danger to himself. That's why when he got the role of Tony Stark, I'm like, that's perfect. Because of everything that Robert Downey Jr. went through, you can turn it back to Iron Man and what he went through, you know, the way that they wrote him in the 70s. You know what I mean? But again, you can literally get a redemption. That's all I'm saying. Somebody kept giving this brother a chance. And I'm glad he changed his life around. But why can't he get a chance? But, you know, Nate Parker can't get a chance.
Several arrests and stints in rehab facilities. In the summer of 1996, within the span of just a few weeks, Downey Jr. was arrested multiple times for bizarre and reckless drug-fueled behavior. This included one incident when police stopped him for speeding and found him not only intoxicated, but with heroin on him and an unloaded .356 Magnum in his passenger seat. Soon after, he was picked up by police again when he wandered into a neighbor's home and passed out in their son's bedroom. This was the beginning of Downey Jr.'s downward spiral. For the next few years, the actor cycled in and out of rehab for addiction in state institutions throughout California. In 1999, he was sentenced to 36 months in state prison, where he spent 12 months serving time before being paroled. He was arrested 2 more times within 8 months before being sent to rehab for 6 months at Wavelengths International, one of many court-mandated addiction treatment centers he visited over the years.
Now, again, when I pointed out the IMDb list, he still worked on Ally McBeal while he was still out here continuously getting arrested. Same thing I said about Shia LaBeouf. Same thing I said about Ezra Miller. But one arrest for, it's literally that joke on Rush Hour. You know what I'm saying? When the captain said one officer got shot, one officer lost a finger, but he didn't die. But it was ready to get rid of him over a finger. You can continue to get shot after shot after shot after shot after shot when you're white. But when you're black, you're not getting none of those shots. Especially when you damn near got all the evidence in the world. How can you plainly tell me with a straight face that Jonathan Majors was abusing that woman that night when the evidence doesn't match and he's getting chased by it? By the person that's saying that he was abusing. That doesn't make sense. And while people are not pointing out the blatant hypocrisy and saying, look, if this guy was abusing, why the hell is she chasing him? They want to tippy-toe around it and straddle the fence because they don't want to wake up the Me Too movement. Man, fuck all that. Tell the truth. What is the truth? Skip all the rest of this. What is the truth? If you're scared to tell the truth, that's why we're in the situation that we're in now.
For Robert Downey Jr., this period of his life was what he calls his rock bottom, when he reached his lowest point of addiction and lost everything. His wife left him and took their son. He was fired from his acting job on the show Ally McBeal. He was in massive debt and on the verge of bankruptcy. It was then that
he got another job. He got 3 more acting roles in 2003 after Ally McBeal. Let me say that again. Matter of fact, 2001, 2002, 2003, he was already in other projects.
He decided it was time to take a year and fully address his substance abuse. It was time for recovery. In 2002, RDJ was making a comeback after his time in rehab and jumped back into his acting career with roles in Kiss, Kiss, Bang Bang, and the box office hit Zodiac.
So you're telling me that this man got out of prison, again, just more confirmation, this man got out of prison, you know what I mean? He was in here with guns and dope. Now, I'm going to just tell y'all, black men, let you get caught with an 8-ball of dope and heroin and a gun. Guess where you going? You ain't getting no acting career back. Just telling you. You can't even do that working at Marshall's. You know what I'm saying? Working at Sally's Shoes. Because you're going up the creek. You get caught with dope, heroin, and a gun. This man gets another act. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
However, it was when he began his romance with film producer Susan Levin while working on the film Gothica in 2003 that he fully committed to his recovery. They got married in 2005 and now have 2 children together. His commitment to recovering from addiction and regenerating his acting career led him to his greatest success yet, starring as Tony Stark in Marvel Studios' Iron Man and the Avengers film franchise.
Truth is,
today, the actor enjoys a relatively quiet life, trading wild nights out and weekend-long drug binges for nights in and weekends spent with his family in their Malibu home. The 59-year-old credits his relationship with his wife, Susan, his children, Eastern martial arts, yoga, and the 12-step program for helping him overcome his addiction and stay sober. Of course, his career also keeps him busy and focused. But despite his excellent acting skills and noteworthy recovery as an addict, the celebrated actor also possesses a dark side, especially when it comes.
I was gonna say, but I want to, because I think I know exactly where she's reading from. There's an article that talks about all the things that he went through. You know what I'm saying? From his 1999 arrest, I think I know exactly where she's reading from. But do you see? I want to show. I want to show you something. I'm gonna get to some of the comments after we're done with the video. But do you see how? And I'm gonna put myself just full screen myself just real quick, because I want to address this with you guys. Do you see how when she was reading the narrative, and I know exactly what article she read that from, but do you see how when she read the article, how they started from his youth and he was a troubled kid and this is what happened. Somebody introduced him to drugs at 8. They smoking weed at 8. I don't recommend it, but do you see how they built him up and made sure to know, hey, he started this when he was young, showed his tear down, and then how he recovered. But when you go back and listen to the way they talked about Jonathan Majors, they didn't tell you, the date Jonathan Majors was born and that his mother is a minister, or you know what I'm saying, or evangelist or whatever, that he overcome the obstacles at Texas. You know what I'm saying? To end up going to a scholarship to take him to, I think is this university, and then he ended up going to Yale and getting a master's degree at Yale. You see what I mean? And that how his acting talents that he started off, on stage plays led him into, getting into acting, in Hollywood. So when he pursued his Hollywood career, you know what I'm saying? That Last Man in Hollywood, Last Man in San Francisco is what took him over to the top. You see how they didn't do a build up, break, you know what I'm saying? Build him up, break him down, and then rebuild. You see that didn't happen? It ain't the young lady's fault. But do you see, this is the same thing, people, when we look at young black men and we look at how the way that they are treated when they get in trouble and the way the mainstream, the media, local media, major news media, how they target them and say, you know what? Datron, you know what I'm saying? Darquavius, you know what I'm saying? It, you know, is a 70-year-old man, you know what I'm saying, facing excess charges. But then if it's Tim Allen, because somebody brought up Tim, I seen a little Tim Allen. If it's Tim Allen is a troubled youth coming from, you know what I'm saying, Pope Big Town and USA, you know what I'm saying, with a mother, you know what I'm saying, a mother and a father. He came from we don't understand why he's so troubled. But don't talk about the same things that Aquarius got to go through. The city and the stuff that he comes from. You see, I'm trying, man. Let me stop.
Comes to snatching big roles from black actors. First, it was Terrence Howard, and now Jonathan Majors.
This other thing happened. I'm calling Robert, and he's doing Sherlock Holmes. I called him 27 times. And I'm like, and leave a message. I'm calling his assistant. I'm like, I need the help I gave you.
In May this year, Terrence Howard revealed that he felt betrayed by Robert Downey Jr. when his role as James Rhodey Rhodes was recast and given to Don Cheadle following the release of the first Iron Man film. During his appearance on the Joe Rogan Experience, Howard reflected on his time filming Iron Man and claimed he pushed for Downey Jr. to be cast as the lead role of Tony Stark in Iron Man. According to Howard, he asked the film's producer, Avi Arad, to take $1 million out of the $4.5 million he was getting and use it to cast Downey Jr. I love Robert. I love what he does. I loved him in Weird Science. Well, if Robert wants to come in, and so I called Avi Arad immediately. He was the producer on it, and I'm like, Avi, I hear Robert wants to come in, but you guys don't even let him audition, Howard said in the podcast. He's like, no, we can't bond him. I'm like, instead of the 4.5 you want to give me, why don't you take $1 million for the bond for him and let him audition? So he gets the.
Now, do you know that's the second time somebody paid his bond so he could be in the film? Mel Gibson paid $1 million bond so he could be in the film in 2003 too.
Part. Robert is like, I love you. Thank you so much. Things went left as Marvel Studios decided to go in a new direction for Iron Man 2 and had Cheadle take Howard's role from the first film. Howard stated he reached out to Downey Jr. to fix the issue, but claimed he couldn't get a hold of him. When this other thing happened, I'm calling Robert, and he's doing Sherlock Holmes, Howard continued. I called him 27 times, and I leave a message. I'm calling his assistant. I'm like, I need the help I gave you. I didn't hear from him until 3 years later when I bumped into him at Brian Grazer's wedding. But at that time, I'd had Empire or whatever, and I came back. He was like, oh, but everything worked out for you.
What if I told you that instead of setting up a...
Sorry, yo.
According to Howard, his initial contract had him signed up for an $8 million 3-movie deal, but Marvel Studios wanted to lower the price to $1 million. Howard's agent wasn't having it and berated Marvel Studios while hanging up the phone on them while discussing the new deal. Marvel went another route following the meeting. They said, we want Terrence, but we want him to come back for $1 million instead of the $8 million that we had agreed to. My agent had an emotional reaction to a business decision, and he said, F you, and hung up the phone, Howard said. Immediately, they go to Don Cheadle, but instead of just doing that, they had to spin, oh, he was terrible on set, and all of these things, and went through all this stuff. So now with Jonathan Majors, Wesley Snipes is convinced Marvel uses RDJ to kick out black actors from the company. Snipes himself saw a decline in his career after a thunderous start, so he understands what Majors is going through right now. Snipes seemed to have everything in the 90s and early 2000s. He was a film star, gifted, gorgeous, and chiseled from top to bottom, box office gold. There seemed to be no genre he couldn't star in. Thrillers as Detective Thomas Flanagan in King of New York, action movies as drug baron Nino Brown in New Jack City, sports comedies as basketball hustler Sid Dean in White Men Can't Jump, LGBT comedies as drag queen Noxima Jackson into Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar, art house romances, and even dramas. In 2004, his salary was a reported $13 million for producing and starring in the third Blade blockbuster, Blade Trinity. Snipes could not have been flying much higher, and then he fell real bad. Boy, did he fall. First came the stories that he was difficult to work with. Then, nearly all his films started going straight to DVD. In 2008, he was sentenced to 3 years in prison and fined $5 million for willful failure to file $15 million worth of federal income tax returns. Snipes lost his appeal against conviction, and in December 2010, he was jailed. After serving 2.5 years, he was released in 2013. But despite his struggles, the actor has never been backward in coming forward. He's quick to talk about how he is a multi-talented hyphenate. I'm a good thinker. I'm an excellent student. I'm a skilled dancer. I can sing. I can also write very well. I'm an author. I can do graffiti. I can cook very well. People are less familiar with my forays into technology and telecommunications. And he has not even mentioned the acting or his 5th Dan black belt in Shotokan karate. In 2007, when he was facing a maximum of 16 years in prison for the more serious charges of tax fraud and conspiracy, of which he was later cleared, Snipes' lawyers claimed he would be unable to get a fair trial in Ocala, Florida, because of its pervasive racism, the same thing Majors is dealing with right now. But will Majors be able to rise above the waves when the waters settle? Let's hope he will. And that's it from us today. Until next time.
All right. Let me get to some of you guys' comments. Let me take this off screen and let me get to some of you guys' comments. Yeah, first, what did you guys think about that video? I do wish Urban Voices. The only problem, I think, and it's not really a big problem, but again, I'm just critiquing, is that why couldn't we talk about the accomplishments that Jonathan Majors had, you know what I mean? And why for me, it's so hard to see where he's at right now. You know what I mean? Because they just act like, this dude is literally not like a Harvard. The man graduated from Harvard. Like, think about it like that. The man graduated from Harvard. So, you know what I mean? It's kind of hard. It's just kind of hard to fathom. But Torrin, I did see you with the $5 super chat. But remember, Whitney said crack is whack. RDJ didn't get the memo. You stupid for that one. And now that I'm out of my mood, let's get to some body roll. Super chat, body roll. Oh yeah, y'all came for the body roll. I did see that. Let me see. Again, when you want to defame somebody, just say they're difficult to work with. Even though you didn't hear nothing about that prior to, just say that they're difficult to work with. I remember Wildcats was my movie. Yeah, right. She was wrong. Christopher Williams. Meanwhile, exactly. It's a lot of narrative that's being pushed. Exactly. I agree. I would have liked it. I like Terrence as Rhodey, but then you get Don Cheadle, who was an amazing actor, and you do nothing with him. So would it been any difference when you put him on the shelf? Like, he should have been one of the first people to got a Disney Plus movie or a Disney Plus show. You know what I mean? It should have been the first ones, but Terrence in that hair, that was wild. What was it? What was because you said about somebody being in a cult. Allison Mack is out. She went from headmistress for a cult to rat to parolee. Who is Allison Mack? Yeah, the DA and the mainstream media said, who else you going to believe? Me or your lying eyes? Richard Pryor. I can't believe people chose option one. Exactly. Now, I'm trying to figure out who Allison Mack. I didn't watch Smallville, so I don't know. I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't watch it, so I don't know who that is. But that's wild. That's wild. Yes, U.S. Marshals. He was Wesley is one of our greatest talents. Wesley was, did I say Yale? He went to Yale. He got a master's degree at Yale. Yeah, I don't know who that is. But that's wild to know, though. I mean, but yeah. But what did you guys think about the video? Do you think that they were fair in their assessment in the video? Or was this just, oh, okay. I think I have seen her before, but wow, that's crazy. That's wild. I just seen it. Yeah, okay. But yeah, question is, what did you guys think about the actual video? Did you think the video was fair? Did I think it was, I'm not going to lie, it was a little clickbaitish because I didn't see anything that directly said what Wesley said. So Marvel and Disney are lazy with their cast. I mean, look at Spider-Man Homecoming casters. Almost all of them are Disney stars. Don was too small and too old for comic roles, in my opinion. I kind of see that. So did you like Terrence Howard's version? They spent an eternity building up RDJ while demeaning Jonathan Majors, and I think I still have it, but I'm gonna just show you how I know what she read from. It's called Spicescape. This is how I knew. I was like, she's reading from an article. And again, I thought it was going to be a little bit more than what was said, but but this is where she got that from. So, Robert Downey Jr.'s life story is a complex tale of a Hollywood bad boy on the brink of a saga, damnation, the perdition, and the story of a true superhero. Back in 1999, you see what I mean? A lot of what she read came from this. It came from this. So, this is one that I read before. You know what I mean? So I read this because I was looking for something. And then when I pulled up his IMDb, I was like, oh, wow, that makes more sense. You know what I mean? This makes more sense. So the video was very much clickbait because, like I said, to me, it spent more time demeaning. To me, demeaning Jonathan Majors is not really going to anything that says anything about racism in Hollywood. And actually pointing out the factors of racism in Hollywood. That's why I'm glad I didn't watch it first and then do a reaction, because I would have never posted this. I'm gonna be honest with you. I probably would have never posted because I was looking for a little bit more and I didn't get that. You know what I mean? Because if we're gonna tell the story, tell it right. So it's just time for me to just be able to do a video about the whole entire court case. And let it go through the zeitgeist. If people want to see it on YouTube, it's out there. That tells you exactly what happened in court. So, yeah, I mean, that's true. How was perfect for War Machine? I think that executive set Jonathan Majors up because it has happened before. Look what happened to Braden Fraser. He didn't play the freak game with the main cat from Hollywood Foreign Press. That is also very true. And remember how they tried to demean Terry Crews when he was talking about, these executive and trying to do some funny business, touching all on him and all of that, and he refused. And how other black men came out dogging him about that. Marvel doesn't treat black actors where Anthony Mackie is Captain America coming out, yes, but the push for turnout will be lackluster. I don't think because people look at Anthony Mackie as an A-list star. You know what I mean? I think that's what it really is. I'm going to still support the brother, but you don't elevate Anthony Mackie and then you leave Mahershala Ali over here on the corner. You leave Tiana Paris over here on the corner. You get rid of Jonathan Majors for a finger. Now I get it. It is what it is now, and I didn't make my peace with it, but personally, you know what I mean? So yeah, agree. You actually have first-hand knowledge, unlike numerous titles that pretend to know. Yeah, I think I just need to make my video and just talk about what happened in court. That's it. None of my opinion, none of that. I need to just go ahead and get it done. So, and then put some, some court TV music to it. So, Gracie Barry could have been a handler. You never know. Was in on it the whole time. You never know. What is up, my man? What is up? What's good with it? Buckmeister, what's up? Mr. Recast T'Challa himself. But like I said, I'm gonna be honest with you. Unless some other stuff develops with Jonathan Majors as far as like his case, I'm gonna pull back on some of this stuff because a lot of this stuff I feel like I'm not gonna lie, I feel like a broken record. I do. And even though people were watching my videos or whatever, I feel like a broken record. I'm saying the same thing over and over again. And why? I'm the type of person, if I said it, I'm not, no, nobody's my kid, but I already said it. You know what I'm saying? I got the proof. You know what I mean? But, I don't want to react to these clickbait. Not say that this is clickbait, but I don't want to keep reacting to these people going at Jonathan Majors, and every time they do it, they have no proof. They have no substance. It's just an article. It's literally a narrative. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what's, I'm not gonna lie, that's what's been bothering me about doing these videos. Because I like doing these videos. I don't mind doing these videos. And some of y'all, I thank y'all for sending me stuff. Grace sends me stuff all the time. I want to do this video that actually, which I am going to do, but I want to do these other videos and I know I don't mind doing this, but after a while, it kind of gets old, keep saying the same thing over and over and over and over. And I still got people coming into my comment section talking crazy. That gets old. You know what I mean? It gets old. And I feel like I'm the last one on the front line defending this dude. I really feel like that. So, if it's something to substance, I'll do it. But other than that, I'm not going to do any more of these type of videos, these type of reactions anymore. Because if you notice, there was no meat on this bone. There was not even any information that it was like it wasn't a quote from Wesley Snipes. It was nothing. Do you know what I mean? And nothing that I can actually say, here's a pattern. I can say that there's a pattern of Disney doing black actors wrong, but everybody's going to point back to Anthony Mackie. Well, if they were doing all black actors wrong, what about Anthony Mackie? Wouldn't he be done wrong? You know what I mean? So, yeah. Yeah. Your video was way better. Dude, way better. This was 25. Think about this. This video was 25 minutes and there was no meat. This was a bone. You know what I'm saying? With a few little pieces of that. And Kang. You know what I mean? Yeah, and I think a lot of people said this, is that all we want him to do is finish the story. However you do that, which that was what I was going to do. I was going to do this video called, which I still might do, 3 ways the Doom signing could be awesome. And one of those is Kang versus Doom. You know what I mean? So, but yeah, just thank you, Roberta. Just support the channel, but don't spend it on a Long Island iced tea. No, I don't drink that. I don't drink that. But thank you so very much. But I already know what you want. Body roll.
Super chat, body roll.
Body roll. Yeah. And plus, like I said, I want to have fun. I want to have fun on this channel. Sometimes this shit be pissing me off. You know what I mean? It pisses me off because now, and I don't want to become biased because I am invested in the person that you're talking about. Like, I'm invested and I don't want to become biased. So I'm going to have to pull back on these and do some more just videos in reaction video, like fun reaction videos. Because this is running up my blood pressure. So, generic run of the mill vid. Yeah, it was. They're doing Mackie wrong in my opinion. And honestly, you know, if Mackie is at the star of that movie, then we already know. We already know. Anthony Mackie is only getting pushed because he's Black Captain America. That's it. What happened when he was Falcon? Why didn't we get a Falcon TV show? Just Falcon. Not him becoming Captain America, just Falcon. Exactly. Dre, you and your crew are fun. That's why my old ass is here. That's why I said we got to get back to the fun. Of course, you already know what we do on Blurred AF. But for me, I want to get on this channel and have fun. Like when I do my breakdown, when I do my recaps, is when I have the most fun. You know what I mean? So, you know, I want to have fun. You know what I mean? Sometimes this be wearing on my brain. You know what I'm saying? And you guys, when you give me this, you see your super chats, I get to play body roll. You know how that makes me feel inside? It makes me happy. And then you guys who are members, shout out to all of y'all. Y'all been awesome. All of that stuff, man. I really, really appreciate you guys. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, you're right. This is a generic run-of-the-mill video. They're gonna go back to Whitecap, Steve Rogers, and other continuities. Anyway, it's yeah. We got to push for you to get an interview with Wesley Snipes. That'd be awesome. That'd be awesome. I want to be able to build this channel so I can be able to do celebrity interviews. Not like clubs. I'm not talking about not doing Club Shay Shay, but just talking about I want to get back to talking about movies. The art of act. Y'all have to understand when I do breakdowns and I really like review movies, I do it from an actor standpoint because I was an actor. I won the best male actor in my high school my senior year. My teacher was an extra in The Nutty Professor. Actually, she's the woman who get her butt touched by Buddy Love when he goes into the into the party. You know what I mean? So I want to get back into that. You know what I'm saying? Get back to these comic book movies, comic book stuff, and talk about that. So if you see me not doing these reaction videos to that stuff, then that's what you know what it is. How much you want for it? You can go and buy it on Amazon for $180. You don't even need mine. You know what I'm saying? I mean, look what we got back. Hold up. Let me check. There we go. Now y'all can see it. I still got Transformers and stuff to pick up, but y'all see it. Simpsons, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, Marvel Superheroes, TMNT, because that's blurred in the background, Mortal Kombat, and Blitz, NFL Blitz, plus Transformers, all of that stuff. Miss Pac-Man is here. NBA Jams is right. Hold on. Let me see. NBA Jams is right there. So, yeah. So yeah, let's get back to having fun. It you know what? I still want to do Thin Line Between Love and Hate, but yes, Nutty Professor is a great film. I literally want to do Thin Line, but I want to do it so bad. I'm thinking about doing that on Saturday night. That's honestly God's truth. I'm really thinking about doing that for our movie night or watch party. Thin Line, matter of fact, I'm making it so Saturday night, unless I gotta go to work or whatever. Kung Fu Saturday, the Big Boss, Bruce Lee's the Big Boss. That night, Thin Line Between Love and Hate, because we're gonna break down and we're gonna do it on Zoom too, because we're gonna have to talk about that movie. We're gonna have to. You know what I mean? We're gonna have to break some stuff down. So, all right. I didn't mean to go this long, but you already know what time it is. You if you've been here long enough.
Yo, the sign is real simple, B. It says wrap it up. Wrap that shit up, B.
Thank you so very much for tuning in and hanging with me with another episode. Yes, you did miss the last Kung Fu joint. We did. We did Fist of Fury. Don't miss the Big Boss. Don't you miss it. That's Bruce Lee's first film. Don't you miss it. But anyway, thank you so very much for tuning in to another episode of The Dre Mac Show. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that bell notification so you can never, ever, ever miss one of my videos again. Until next time, I'll holler at you guys later. Peace and vibe power, y'all. Enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Where's my outro at? Let's get up out of here and let this forehead get a rest. I've been thinking too much. That's why it's so big. Let's go.
Wait a minute. You're telling me the video's over? What? Okay, I guess so. If you have came to this portion of the video, thank you so very much for sticking to the end. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit that little bell notification so you never miss one of my videos. And if you really want to, you don't got to, go ahead and follow the social media links that's down below. Until next time, I'll let you guys later. Peace and vibe higher, y'all. Y'all take care of yourself.